Okay, this is a walk around of my light display utilizing LOR controllers this year. My very first year of using this. There's a snowman. He seems to always turn his back towards the wind. As you can see, some lights are flashing a little bit here on the perimeter side. That's part of the LOR controller. Have a little small mega tree here. It's not part of the controller, but the lights are flashing, and I'd say 50 to 60% of the time they are synchronized with the music, or at least they seem to be. Using about 98% LED lighting. Here's a prop here that my wife purchased. It's not part of the sequences, however it does its thing and also seems to be going with the music a lot of the times also. So over here on the main part of the display we have some old school wireframe here. Alright, it was stripped from the incandescent lighting and now just has LED lighting on it. You can see some lights flashing in the background there. On the candy canes, that is the perimeter lighting that I have for the display. I'm utilizing an FM transmitter, and Snoopy here is telling the passerbys, where to tune to, to hear the music. These mini trees right here have 7 of those. Those are synchronized with the arches. Basically, I just went to a hardware store and got the tomato cages, wrapped them up with some poultry fencing, the plastic fencing, put some stars on them. Got those after Christmas, and so they was very affordable. On these candy canes, these are made from some 3/4 inch white PVC piping that I just heated up and bent, put some red tape on them, and voila, you got candy canes. Then strung some LED lighting on them, synchronized with the music. These props right here, they came from something my wife was going to discard, which was like a sweater rack to dry something, and so I just took those just as they were, put some red tape on them, and voila, candy canes. Put some rebar down inside of the ground for support, and there you have it. All the props I have here were handmade. I basically found some plywood and drew this up from a picture from internet that I got, and then painted it up. That's Charlie Brown with his Christmas tree. I'd like to give the props to my neighbors for donating Charlie Brown's Christmas tree. While I'm giving props, I'd like to give props to some people who've helped me out with this project throughout the year. One guy named is JR. He's very well known in the LOR community, and also James Morris. Thank you guys for your help, and there's some others that I'm unable to name at this moment. There's another wireframe prop right there. That's a snowman tilting his hat, giving the props. Okay, over here on this side here, although it's daylight right now, you can't see it that well, is my mega tree. It's the 15-foot version that I have here, and at the very top I have a ball with some stars I created inside of that, and it appears as though that part of the star is out, and I didn't know that. Okay, that ball was donated to me by my cousin, and it was in her garage, so I took the ball and put the stars in there. So I guess I'm gonna have to do some repair on that when I take this down. The top of the mega star, that right there, that used to be a pot, or a pan should I say, and you just took off the handle, inverted it, drilled some holes in it, and voila, you got a top for your mega tree. Alright. For the base of the mega tree, what I used was a discarded, I guess you call it a, there it is, I guess you call that a an umbrella that's used on the deck. That's where it came from. Alright, it was discarded, so I took that and put that in the ground, and I'm using dog anchors to secure it, as you can see right there. Okay, got those into the ground. It holds it very well. Okay, then also, of course, you use your guy wires over here to keep it really secure. Okay, and then just put the pole inside of it and wire everything up. I thought the mega tree was going to be the center piece for the display, but I was wrong. Turns out that this octopus looking thing, or giant insect looking thing here, is the showstopper. These are my arches. They're 15 foot. I'm sorry, these are 10 foot. 10 foot in length. Alright. The arches came from some discarded PVC, 1.25 inch size, that they use for direct boring. Alright. Just so happens that I wanted black, and they are black, and they have this natural curvature to them, and it worked out perfectly. I got this idea from a guy on the YouTube, and so I just kind of, extended, from that. Because of my space constraints, I decided that this center point was the best option for me, and it all comes down to this bracket that I had made up down at the bottom there. I don't know how well you can see that because it is black. And then I just took it. Once again, you can see the dog stakes there, or right there, and just anchored it down. Got a fire stick. It's 7 feet high. Right there. It might come on in a minute. There we go. There's something right there. Alright. And it's just a piece of a 2-inch PVC pipe. Over here to the side here, we have the Grinch. He's peeking behind the tree. I got this idea from the internet also. They had just this part right here, and I extended because, he got his little booty sticking out behind there. Okay. My theme is color theme is basically blue and white, and then I got some red here. There's the mega tree was just flashing there. Okay, and the tree behind, the shrub behind this is part of the LOR synchronization. All my little bushes back here, they're all part of it. As I mentioned, I have 2 controllers, which gives you 32 channels. Another prop that I made was Porky. I actually have a song that Porky sings. It's the Blue Christmas. Some of you may be familiar with that. I forgot to energize Mr. and Mrs. Claus over here because they be dancing. They do their little thing. So if you're watching this video, then you have my channel or access to my channel, and I have a song, a synchronization that they are actually dipping. Another prop that I just made from scratch. Up on the rooftop, I have a wheel, and that's another part of the discarded, there we go, another part of the discarded deck umbrella. Those are the ribs, and then the wheel is made from 3/4 PVC. The diameter of that is 16 feet, and I don't know how well you can see, I got another Bethlehem star. I got 4 of these on the roof. They're like 4 feet high, and there's another one over there. Okay, and they just lay up on the roof. I took some 80 test fishing string and just anchored everything up with that. And one day we had some 50-mile-an-hour winds around here, and these things didn't budge. All right, so here we have the most important part of the whole show right here is that I went and shopping after Christmas and went to a store, and this was the very last thing on the shelf. I thought it was just meant for me. And this was one of the first things I hung. After all, why even go to all this trouble? Because this is the reason for the season. That's just my opinion. So that is my Lightorama show there. The controllers, excuse me, I have in this box over here. There's one right inside of here. All the wires terminate inside of that box right there. And the other one is behind this bush. This blue spruce tree right here. And everything is hooked up to my controller, to my computer. And that's it. Thank you for watching.